Alton Lister's story finally reveals the truth behind one of basketball's most infamous moments. But what happened after the Lister Blister proves the real legend isn't about getting dunked on. It's about what you do next. In the 1992 NBA playoffs, the world watched Shawn Kemp destroy veteran center Alton Lister with a vicious dunk that knocked him flat on his back. Kemp stood over him, pointed two fingers down at his fallen opponent, and created what many call the most disrespectful moment in basketball history. But the full story of Alton Lister shows something completely different from the highlight reel humiliation everyone remembers. The 1991-92 NBA season was brutal. Players fought on court regularly, and refs let them play through contact that would draw immediate technicals today. In this environment, the Seattle Supersonics faced the Golden State Warriors in the first round of the playoffs. The Warriors had Tim Hardaway and Chris Mullin leading a fast-paced offense. Seattle countered with a young Gary Payton and the explosive 22-year-old Shawn Kemp, who was on the verge of superstardom. Standing in their way was 33-year-old Alton Lister, a 7-foot veteran center who had spent over a decade in the league as a defensive anchor. Lister wasn't just some random player. He started his basketball journey at San Jacinto Junior College, where he dominated the boards and earned All-American honors. He transferred to Arizona State University and became an elite collegiate center. In his senior season at ASU, he averaged 15.4 points and 9.7 rebounds per game, leading the Sun Devils to a 24-4 record and a national ranking of 5th in the country. Arizona State retired his number 53 jersey to honor his impact. The Milwaukee Bucks selected him 21st overall in the 1981 NBA draft, and his professional career was underway. Over 16 seasons, Lister proved himself as one of the most durable big men in the league. He played 953 regular season games across 5 different franchises. He suited up for the Milwaukee Bucks twice, the Seattle Supersonics, the Golden State Warriors, the Boston Celtics, and the Portland Trail Blazers. His career totals reached 6,298 points and 5,196 rebounds, but statistics alone don't tell the whole story. Lister's greatest value came from his defensive presence and veteran leadership. His statistical peak arrived during his time with the Seattle Supersonics from 1986 to 1989. In the 1986-87 season, he posted career-best numbers of 11.6 points and 9.4 rebounds per game. He was a starting center, a rim protector who altered shots and controlled the paint. By the time he joined the Warriors for the 1991-92 season, his role had shifted. He averaged 5.6 points and 4.8 rebounds in 78 games, but his true job was being the experienced defensive anchor on a team built around offense. Which of Lister's career achievements surprises you most? Drop a comment below and make sure you're subscribed, because we're diving even deeper into the real story behind basketball's most misunderstood moment. The feud between Lister and Kemp ignited in Game 2 of their first-round series. After Seattle stole Game 1, the Warriors were desperate to even things up. During the game, Lister delivered a hard foul on Kemp as the young star attacked the basket. Kemp immediately lost his temper, and the benches cleared. What happened next became the fuel for one of basketball's most iconic revenge moments. Accounts suggest Lister threw a punch that connected with Kemp's face during the scuffle. But here's where the story gets interesting. Years later, Lister revealed a crucial detail. While he and Kemp wrestled on the floor, Warriors guard Tim Hardaway grabbed Kemp from behind and pulled him down. Lister believed Kemp thought Lister himself was responsible for that act of disrespect. This misunderstanding added fuel to the fire burning inside Kemp. Some observers noted the punch was at best a graze and at worst a phantom punch, but Kemp's perception of the entire incident drove his rage. The NBA fined both players $10,000 for their roles in the fight. Kemp was also ejected from Game 2, which the Warriors won. But Kemp wasn't finished. Heading into Game 4 with Seattle leading the best-of-5 series 2-1, everyone knew retribution was coming. Lister himself acknowledged years later that for Kemp, it was personal. That's why he pointed at him after the dunk. Midway through the second quarter, veteran Ricky Pierce passed the ball to Kemp near the top of the key. Kemp took one dribble and barreled toward the basket. True to his reputation as a rim protector who did not back down, the 7-foot Lister stepped up to challenge the play. What happened next became basketball legend. Kemp launched into a two-handed windmill dunk directly over the veteran center. He cuffed the ball as he rose and physically drove his knee into Lister's chest while cocking his arm all the way back. The collision was so severe that the sheer force knocked Lister completely down to the floor. Upon landing, Kemp crouched low and aimed his two pointing fingers directly at the prone Lister. This Michael Jackson tiptoe double finger point was the ultimate expression of disrespect and victory. Supersonics broadcaster Kevin Calabro's energized call cemented the moment in history. He shouted, "Kemp's got it right up into the LA Towers. Slam! Tomahawk jam! Yeah, baby!" into Lister's face. The Lister Blister instantly became one of the most recognizable highlights of the 1990s. This single violent play was part of an unprecedented stretch where Kemp delivered three all-time great dunks across games 3 and 4. Just minutes later in the same game, Kemp dunked on Chris Gatling and offered a respectful handshake, known as the Gatling Dap. This contrast proved the humiliation of Lister wasn't random exuberance. It was a calculated, targeted act of emotional warfare rooted in the perceived disrespect from Game 2. Kemp finished Game 4 with 21 points and 20 rebounds, securing the win and allowing Seattle to close out the series 3-1. But here's what most people don't know. The 1992 playoffs happened during Alton Lister's contract year. After the game, Lister's wife approached Shawn Kemp and said something that revealed the true cost of that moment. She told him it was a contract year for him. This was the playoffs. He played in Seattle with you guys a year ago. Why would you do that to him in a contract year? Kemp later claimed his actions were all for fun and not intended to disrespect, but the conversation with Lister's wife exposed the serious financial consequences. In professional sports, a player's ability to command a contract depends on perceived competitive durability and reliability. Being universally recognized as the victim of the most disrespectful dunk ever, which resulted in a physical knockdown, followed by a deliberate taunt, creates a devastating image of competitive defeat. This high-profile victimization likely damaged Lister's professional reputation among team executives, negatively impacting his free agent market value and negotiating leverage. The act of revenge amounted to professional sabotage wrapped in spectacle. Despite this public humiliation and potential reputational damage, Lister's response demonstrated incredible resilience. He didn't fade away or let one moment define him. Instead, he continued his playing career for 6 more years, showing his underlying physical and mental durability. He returned to the Milwaukee Bucks for the 1994-95 season, played for the Boston Celtics from 1995 to 1997, and concluded his 16-year career with the Portland Trail Blazers in 1997-98. Even after being on the wrong end of basketball's most famous poster dunk, he kept competing at the highest level. After retiring from playing, Lister didn't disappear from basketball. He transitioned seamlessly into coaching, leveraging his veteran experience and deep understanding of the game. His coaching career began in 2000 at Mesa Community College, where he coached for 7 years. During this time, he spent 6 summers at Pete Newell's renowned Big Man's Camp, honing his expertise and learning advanced techniques for developing big men. His coaching abilities impressed enough people that he returned to the NBA as an assistant coach for the Atlanta Hawks during the 2007-2008 season. But the most impressive chapter of Lister's life began in 2016. Now 67 years old, he has established a championship-laden coaching career in Southeast Asia. He currently serves as an assistant coach for 2 major organizations in the Philippines, the TNT Tropang Higa in the Philippine Basketball Association and the Ateneo Blue Eagles in the University Athletic Association of the Philippines. His success in these roles has been remarkable. He's earned multiple championship titles as an assistant coach, including a PBA championship in 2021 and 4 UAAP championships in 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2022. This sustained success provides the ultimate counter-narrative to the Lister Blister. While the widespread public memory of the dunk focuses on competitive defeat, his longevity and ability to pivot into a championship-winning coaching career demonstrate profound competitive strength and mental fortitude. By achieving substantial success in the Philippine leagues, Lister built a formidable professional reputation based on substance and expertise, independent of his NBA playing days. This commitment to developing the game internationally successfully transformed his legacy from that of a single unfortunate highlight into that of a respected, title-winning specialist. The term Lister Blister is perpetually cited when discussing legendary dunks and moments of retribution. The play also serves as an important historical reference point for the NBA's evolution. The combination of aggressive contact, the lack of an immediate whistle for the resulting collision, and the demonstrative taunt that followed highlights the difference in officiating and player conduct standards between the 1990s and the modern era. Today, Kemp's celebration would result in an immediate technical foul for taunting. This cultural shift emphasizes Lister's vulnerability in an era where officials were instructed to just let them play, permitting the intense emotional warfare that defined the sequence. Alton Lister's complete story is about far more than one dunk. It's about a player who built a 16-year NBA career on durability and defensive reliability. It's about a veteran who faced public humiliation during a crucial contract year but refused to let that moment end his basketball life. It's about a man who continued playing for 6 more years, then spent over 2 decades developing the next generation of players. It's about a coach who has won 5 championships across 2 different leagues in the Philippines. The notoriety of one play, no matter how iconic, failed to define his character or professional commitment. If you want to see more stories about players who overcame adversity and built legacies beyond their most famous moments, hit that like button and subscribe. Alton Lister proved that how you respond to defeat matters more than the defeat itself.